COVID-19. And for most of us, the thought of getting stung by a wasp creates such a fear response that the first thing we do when we see it is think, just want to kill it. But not our next guest. They think something different. Scott and Race Tucker from Expedition New England are here to tell us about wasps, why these creatures are actually very important to our ecosystem. That's hard to get through to people, isn't it?
Incredibly difficult. Anything that could sting us, we just want to kill it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We see those things and we think it's just a nuisance, it's a bad news, it's a bug, we don't have any need for it. We do have need for it.
We absolutely do. And when you do a little bit of research, you begin to realize that these insects are responsible for culling the populations of other things like flies and caterpillars, which are decimating many of our plants and trees.
Those are the nuisances. These things are helping us out.
They are.
Exactly. All right, tell us what you got here. I've got one here that I'm safe to hold. Those seem a little more active.
Thanks to Race's mom this morning, and we pulled this from underneath our deck this morning.
Oh, fun.
Race, what species do we have here?
Well, this isn't, all these years my dad has thought these are, that these were yellow jackets.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they're actually called Polistes dominulus.
I'm glad you're setting them straight. That's good. That's what kids are for. My daughter sets me straight all the time.
And who set us straight was Gail Ridge O'Connor from the Connecticut Ag Station. We brought one of these in, and she said, Scotty, these are Polistes dominulus. They're from Europe.
Of course. All right, so how did they get here, and what do they do?
They came over about 30 years ago, approximately. A scientist identified them from Southern Connecticut State University.
Yep.
And the scientist said, wow, these are actually from Europe. They probably came over in transport of a ship.
Okay. So now they're here. You find these things. I mean, look, I've seen these under my deck as well. I'm sure everybody else has, maybe in an overhang underneath the roof or something like that. What's the best idea if you see that up there? What do you do?
This species, which is everywhere, is better left alone.
Okay.
We don't need to kill them. They really have, they're the kinder and more gentler species of all the wasps that we have. They really they want nothing to do with us.
Yeah, all right. You've got a clip from your show that you brought. Tell us about what we're going to see here.
We're about to see kind of the beginning of what this whole expedition into wasps started with. We're upstate Vermont.
Yep.
We see a wasp that's licking and cleaning the leftover maple syrup from Race's eye.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
Sitting at a picnic table, just a few hundred yards away from that nest, I witnessed this yellow jacket, not knowing that it belonged to that nest, and today I believe it did belong to that very nest. I witnessed this yellow jacket licking, cleaning, and feeding on the leftover syrup left behind by Race and I after we had pancakes for breakfast. Oh my.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
You get up close and personal, not just with wasps, but with a lot of animals that most of us would just rather see from a nice distance.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's all about confronting the fear of our wildlife. Again, most of us are just, we hear things or we were stung as a young child.
Of course.
And now kill them all.
Yeah.
The truth is,
A lot more to it.
important, and they really are. The bald-faced hornet is one that really gives everybody a bad rep.
And how do you know which one that one is?
It's actually got a white face, and you'll only see it in an aerial nest the size of a football or maybe a large oblong basketball.
Yep.
And those you need to steer clear.
Keep your distance.
Keep your distance, because they will be very defensive. They're not aggressive, Chris.
Yep.
They're defensive.
They're
They're trying to defend the queen and their young.
Don't start something with them. Expedition New England, you can find it. You can find it really all over the place, right?
All over the place.
It's awesome. All right, Scott Tucker, Race Tucker, thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping the wasps in that secure container. We appreciate that. And you can find more information on our website at WTNH.com. 7:21. Let's